Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. How are you today? Today, I am here with Emily, and today we are going to talk about how to stop speaking broken English and how to connect sentences easily.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today. Let's start our conversation.
Emily, I am very excited about today's topic.
Me too, Alex. I think this topic is very important for beginners.
Yes, many beginners know English words, but they cannot connect the words together.
That is true. They say one word, then they stop, then they say another word.
Exactly. It sounds broken. It does not sound natural.
Yes, and sometimes other people cannot understand them easily.
So today, we are going to help everyone speak in full sentences.
That is a great idea. I'm ready.
Me too. Let's start with a simple question. Emily, do you remember when you first started learning English?
Oh, yes, I remember very well. I was very nervous.
Oh, really? Why were you nervous?
Because I knew many words, but I could not make a sentence.
That sounds very familiar. Many learners feel the same way.
Yes, I used to say things like, I go market yesterday.
Ha, I understand. That is broken English.
Exactly. No connection, just words.
So what is the correct sentence?
The correct sentence is, I went to the market yesterday.
Very good. That sounds much more natural.
Yes, you can hear the difference, right?
Absolutely. And listeners, did you hear the difference too? Please listen again.
Broken English. I go market yesterday.
Natural English, I went to the market yesterday.
Much better, much smoother.
So today we are going to learn how to connect our sentences, and the first step is learning connecting words.
Yes, connecting words are very important.
Emily, what do we call connecting words in English grammar?
We call them conjunctions.
Conjunctions. Let's say it slowly. Conjunctions.
Conjunctions. Yes, they're small words, but they're very powerful.
That is true. They connect two ideas together.
Without them, our sentences sound short and broken.
With them, our sentences sound long and natural.
Exactly right.
Okay, let's look at the first conjunction, the word and.
And this is the most basic conjunction.
Yes, almost every beginner knows this word.
But many beginners do not use it correctly.
Can you give us an example, Emily?
Of course, instead of saying, I like tea, I like coffee, we say, I like tea and coffee.
Oh, that is a great example. Two sentences become one sentence.
Yes, with just one small word, and.
Let's try another example with and.
Okay, instead of saying, she is tall, she is beautiful, we say, she is tall and beautiful.
Wow, that sounds so much better.
It does. It flows naturally.
Listeners, please try this at home. Take two short sentences, connect them with and.
Yes, practice is very important.
Now let's talk about the second conjunction, the word but.
But this word shows a difference or a contrast.
Can you explain that more simply?
Sure, we use but when two ideas are different or opposite.
Can you give an example?
Yes, instead of saying, I like pizza, I don't like pasta, we say, I like pizza, but I don't like pasta.
Oh, really? That sounds very smooth.
Yes, one sentence, two ideas, connected with but.
Let me try one. He is smart, he is lazy. With but, he is smart, but he is lazy.
Perfect, Alex. That is exactly right.
Thank you. It is not so difficult when you practice.
That is true. The more you practice, the easier it becomes.
I love that sentence, Emily. The more you practice, the easier it becomes.
Yes, that is actually a more advanced sentence structure, but we'll keep it simple for now.
Good idea. Let's move to the third conjunction, the word so.
So, this word shows a result.
A result. Can you explain?
Yes, we use so when something happens because of something else.
Like cause and effect?
Exactly. For example, I was tired, I went to bed early. With so, it's I was tired, so I went to bed early.
Oh, I see. The tiredness caused the early bedtime.
Yes, so connects the cause and the result.
Let me try one. It was raining, I stayed home. With so, it was raining, so I stayed home.
That is perfect. Well done, Alex.
Thank you. That felt very natural.
It did. And listeners, please notice these are very simple words. And, but, so.
3 small words, but they make a huge difference.
A huge difference, yes.
Now let's talk about another very important word, the word because.
Oh, yes. Because is a very useful word.
Emily, how do we use because?
We use because to give a reason.
To give a reason. Can you give an example?
Sure. I'm happy. My friend called me. With because, it's I'm happy because my friend called me.
Oh, that is nice. Because explains why.
Exactly. It answers the question, why?
So if someone asks, why are you happy? I can say, I am happy because my friend called me.
Perfect. You got it.
Let me try another. She is studying hard. She wants to pass the exam. With because, she is studying hard because she wants to pass the exam.
Excellent. That is a great sentence, Alex.
Thank you. I am starting to feel more confident.
That's how it works, one step at a time.
Now, listeners, let me ask you a question. What about you? Can you make a sentence using because right now?
Yes, please write your answer in the comments below. We would love to read your sentences.
We will read them and we will be very proud of you.
Yes, do not be shy. Just try.
Okay, let's continue. Now we are going to talk about time connecting words.
Oh, yes, time words are very important too.
These are words like when, before, after, and then.
Yes, these words help us tell a story in order.
That's a good way to explain it.
Let's start with when.
When. How do we use when?
We use when to talk about a time that something happens.
Can you give an example?
Yes, I got home, I made dinner. With when, it's when I got home, I made dinner.
Oh, I see. When tells us the time of the action.
Exactly. And notice the comma after the when part.
Oh, that's a good grammar point. When we start with when, we put a comma in the middle.
Yes, like, when I woke up, I brushed my teeth.
Very good. Now let's talk about before and after.
These two words are opposites.
Before means something happens first.
And after means something happens second.
Can you give us an example?
Sure, I brush my teeth before I go to bed.
So brushing teeth happens first, going to bed happens second.
Yes, before and after help us put actions in order.
That is very useful for telling stories.
Very useful in everyday conversation, too.
What about the word then?
Then is also about order. It means next, after that.
Can you give an example?
Yes, I woke up, then I had breakfast, then I went to work.
Oh, that tells a story step by step.
Yes, then connects each step to the next step.
That's how we talk about our daily routine naturally.
Exactly. Instead of saying, I wake up, I eat, I work, we say, I woke up, then I had breakfast, and then I went to work.
Wow, that sounds like a real native speaker.
With practice, everyone can sound like that.
I believe that. Okay, let's do a small practice section.
Great idea. I love practice sections.
Okay, listeners, I'm going to say 2 short sentences. Emily will connect them. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, first one. I was hungry. I ate a sandwich.
I was hungry, so I ate a sandwich.
Excellent. Second one. She likes dogs. She doesn't like cats.
She likes dogs, but she doesn't like cats.
Perfect. Third one. He studies every day. He wants to speak English well.
He studies every day because he wants to speak English well.
Wonderful. You are a natural, Emily.
Thank you. And listeners, please practice this too.
Yes, pause the video. Try to connect the sentences yourself first.
Then listen to the answer, compare.
That is a great way to learn.
Very effective.
Okay, now let's talk about something very important. The difference between speaking and writing.
Oh, yes, this is interesting.
When we write, we use full grammar, but when we speak, sometimes we use shorter forms.
You mean contractions?
Yes, contractions, like I am becomes I'm,
And I do not becomes I don't.
and he is becomes he's.
Yes, contractions make our speech sound faster and more natural.
That is true. If you say every word fully, sometimes it sounds too slow.
Or too formal.
Exactly. So practicing contractions is also very important.
Let's practice a few. Say after me. I'm happy.
I'm happy.
She's my friend.
She's my friend.
We don't have class today.
We don't have class today.
They're coming tomorrow.
They're coming tomorrow.
Listeners, please practice saying those sentences too.
Yes, say them out loud. Do not just read them.
Speaking out loud is very important for improving your English.
Very important. Okay, now let's talk about one more type of connecting word. These are called filler connectors.
Filler connectors, what are those?
These are small phrases we use naturally in conversation to connect our thoughts.
Oh, I see. Like what?
Like, actually, I mean, you know? Well, so basically,
Oh, yes. Native speakers use these all the time.
they do, and they help the conversation flow smoothly.
Can you give an example?
Sure, instead of just saying, I don't like cold weather, a native speaker might say, well, I mean, I don't really like cold weather, you know?
Oh, that sounds so natural.
It does. The filler words connect the thoughts.
And they give us a little time to think, too.
Exactly. When we need a moment to think, we say, well, or I mean.
Instead of being silent or saying nothing.
Yes, silence can feel uncomfortable in conversation.
So filler words help fill that silence naturally.
That is a very good point, Emily.
Thank you. I use filler words every day.
Me too. Most people do.
So beginners should not be afraid to use them.
Not afraid at all. Use them. They make you sound more natural.
Let's practice a few filler words together.
Great idea. Say after me. Well, I think English is fun.
Well, I think English is fun.
Actually, I study English every morning.
Actually, I study English every morning.
I mean, it is not so difficult, you know?
I mean, it is not so difficult, you know?
So basically, practice makes perfect.
So basically, practice makes perfect.
Excellent. That sounded very natural.
It really did. Good job, everyone.
Okay, now let's talk about one more very important skill. Responding naturally in conversation.
Oh, yes. This is something many beginners struggle with.
That is true. In a conversation, someone says something and you need to respond quickly.
And your response should sound natural, not like a robot.
Not like a robot. I like that.
So we need some response phrases.
Yes, let me give some examples. When someone says something interesting, you can say, "Oh, really?"
Or, wow, that's interesting.
Or, "I didn't know that."
When you agree with someone, you can say, I agree, or that's true, or exactly.
And when you want to add something, you can say, "Also," or "and another thing," or "not only that, but..."
These little phrases make your English sound so much more conversational.
They really do. Let's do a small role play to show everyone.
I love role plays. Let's go.
Okay, I will say something, you respond naturally.
Okay, I'm ready.
Emily, I heard that learning English every day for just 20 minutes can really help.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was only 20 minutes. That's actually very easy to do.
I agree. And not only that, but listening to podcasts is also very effective.
Exactly. I mean, that's why we're here today, right?
That's true. Consistency is the key.
Well, I think so too. Small steps every day.
Listeners, did you notice how natural that sounded?
We used connecting words, we used filler words, and we used response phrases.
All together. That is how real conversation works.
It all comes together with practice.
Let's now talk about one more very important grammar point. Using pronouns to connect ideas.
Oh, yes, pronouns are very helpful.
Instead of repeating the same noun over and over, we use pronouns.
Can you give an example?
Sure. My brother is very funny. My brother always makes me laugh. My brother is my best friend.
Oh, that sounds repetitive. My brother 3 times.
Exactly. With pronouns, my brother is very funny. He always makes me laugh. He is my best friend.
So much better. We replaced my brother with he.
Yes, he, she,
it, they, these pronouns help our speech flow better.
And they also help us avoid sounding repetitive.
Exactly. Repetition makes speech sound broken and unnatural.
Pronouns are the solution.
They really are. Let's practice. I will say a sentence. You replace the noun with a pronoun.
Okay, ready.
Maria is a doctor. Maria works at a big hospital.
Maria is a doctor. She works at a big hospital.
Perfect. The book is very interesting. The book has 300 pages.
The book is very interesting. It has 300 pages.
Excellent. My friends love football. My friends play every weekend.
My friends love football. They play every weekend.
Wonderful. You are a natural, Emily.
Thank you. And listeners, please practice this too.
Yes, look at things you write or say. Check if you repeat the same word many times.
Then replace it with a pronoun.
Simple but very effective.
Very effective.
Okay, now let's do a full review. We have learned a lot today.
Yes, let me list what we learned.
Please go ahead.
First, we learned conjunctions and, but, so, because.
Second, we learned time words. When, before, after, then.
Third, we learned contractions. I'm, she's, don't, there.
Fourth, we learned filler words. Well, actually, I mean, you know.
Fifth, we learned response phrases. Oh, really? I agree. Exactly.
And sixth, we learned pronouns. He, she, it, they.
That is a lot of learning in one episode.
It is, but all of it is simple and practical.
Yes, you can use all of this in everyday conversation.
Starting today.
Starting right now.
I love that. Okay, listeners, we have one more question for you.
Yes. What is the one connecting word you want to practice the most?
Write it in the comments, and also write one sentence using that word.
We will read all your comments, we promise.
Yes, we love hearing from you. And if you are enjoying this podcast, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Your support means so much to us. It helps us make more free English lessons for everyone.
It really does. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's do one final practice together before we finish.
Yes, let's make one long, connected, beautiful sentence.
Beautiful sentence. I like that.
Okay, I will start. I woke up early this morning
And I had a big breakfast,
because I had a lot of work to do,
so I wanted to have a lot of energy.
but I was still a little tired.
Well, actually, I was very tired,
So after breakfast, I had a cup of coffee.
and then I felt much better.
Wow, that was one amazing connected story.
Did you hear all the words we used? And, because, so, but, well, actually, after, and then?
All the things we learned today used naturally in one conversation,
That is the goal. Use everything together naturally.
not just one word at a time, all together.
Beautiful English, connected, smooth, natural.
That is what we want for every listener.
And I believe every listener can do this.
I believe it too. You just need to practice every day a little bit.
Small steps every day lead to big results.
That is so true. I have seen it happen many times.
Me too. English learning is a journey.
And every journey starts with one small step.
Beautiful words, Emily.
Thank you, Alex. Today was wonderful.
It really was. I enjoyed every minute.
Me too. So much fun.
Today was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed our conversation today so much.
Thank you everyone for listening. You are amazing students.
Keep practicing, keep learning, never give up.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Keep speaking English every day.
Goodbye, everyone. We will see you very soon. Take care.
Bye.